Hi everyone, today we're planting up some Russian sage that I got on sale, clearance plants. I'm so excited to try it and I think I have the perfect spot for it, and some more coneflowers and an orange yarrow. So I'm doing a contrasting color scheme here for this area, and if it works really well, which I think it will, I'm going to apply it further into my front border, and that is the orange with the lavender. Different shades of orange with lavender are gorgeous together. Very complementary, very striking in the country cottage garden. So we're going to go with that here, and I have the perfect spot. Now, these plants do like full sun and they do like good drainage. Coneflowers, echinacea, likes more water than the Russian sage. Russian sage likes dry soil because they're very particular and they will flop. And I'll talk about more of that in the video. But let's get started planting these. This is very exciting. These are great combos together. They're probably one of the best plant color mix that you could put in your landscape to draw attention to it. So let's get started. So I just realized now I didn't have my mics on for any part of the first video, so I will kind of go back and narrate what I've done here, and I'll put some of the footage in to show you what I've done, because you'll see the video footage, you won't hear me talking. So what I'm going to do right now though is I'm going to finish this up, and what I was saying is I was going to plant some galvanized metal fencing to pull that hydrangea up and to let the light in. I'm going to put one of these here and then the other one, because the branches are very heavy. Now it's not flopping, it's just full of beautiful flowers. So we're just going to come in here, and I get these at the dollar store. I think they're like $4.75, just under $5. And they're great because they're galvanized and they're metal. Don't buy the plastic ones. The plastic ones are garbage. So we're just going to come in here and pull it back and expose any weeds that I see in there. And I'll have to come through and pull those out. And we're just going to do that. So you can see how it lifts it up and lets the light in, and it doesn't distract from it. I always go with browns when I do this kind of stuff, because I find brown is more natural with plants versus black. And I think the black ones at the dollar store are not as strong as these are. So let's do this one. So I just pick them up and come in here and pull them back. And then just any that are kind of getting bent or down there, you can pull them over. And that one might have to be cut off. But it really does just hold them up. And you can see how big those heads are. You definitely need to hold them up because they're huge. And they're starting to get a little bit brown on the Annabelles now. It's that time of year. So, but let's enjoy them while we can. Okay, so I planted the yarrow. I planted the coneflowers. And you can see them all in here. Now let's deal with the Russian sage. And thank goodness I realized the mic wasn't on, because this is a fun one, because this is a new plant to me. But I did research on it just to make sure I understood what its needs are. Okay, so I'm going to show you what variety it is, and we'll start with the worst one first. This is Lavender Blue Compact Bluesette. It's Russian sage. There's the height. It's going to need 61 to 76 centimeter spacing. Mine is 34, likes well-drained soil, water, new transplants. That we can do. I'm going to put my gloves back on, and we'll cut this baby back. I grabbed a weed earlier that was in one of my planters, and oh my God, did it itch. I don't think it was poison ivy, but it was an itchy leaf. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it in the container, and I'm just going to come through and cut her back and take off any of these dead stems in here. And it should start looking better immediately when I do that. And take that one off of that one. Since I'm in here, I might as well do that one too. So you can see how woody it was getting. This is an invigorating prune to bring the plants back. And this is just what we do. Now I know people use bone meal and stuff in them, and I'm totally cool with that. However, I like to naturalize my plants, so I'm not big on using chemicals on perennials. I know some of you do, some of you don't. Other YouTubers use a lot of chemicals with everything they do. And yeah, it gives that plant that shot of nitrogen and everything. But for the life of the plant, I like it to naturalize. And then I don't need to worry about needing that constant feeding to perform. Especially perennials. Annuals, yes, I fertilize. So we're just going to come through. Oh, you can smell the sage. It's very strong. Oops, I missed a couple stems there. Get those out. And I'm going to cut the floppy one, just so it's got a nice compact habit going in the ground. All right, that one's done. Good enough. Take the tags out of it. Oh, there's a couple dead stems there. They've died down. All right, so that looks a lot better. Let's do this other one. And it's probably the best one out of the three. So we're just gonna, anything flopping, anything damaged. And take the weed out. Don't need to add any more of those to the garden. And we'll take that stem down there because it looks a little woody. All right, these are all pruned up. And I'll just tell you a bit more about them because you would have missed my comment. So the Russian sage, these are not the proven winners version of Russian sage. They like to be dry, they like full sun, and they need some protection in my climate because I'm in zone 3B, a new 4 potentially, and these are only good to minus 34, and we do have times when we hit minus 40 easily, and that's Celsius, and get wind chills into the 50s. So I'm going to put them against the 8-foot fence around the hydrangeas to give them some protection. They're going to get full sun in this spot, and they will get water as needed. So let's plant these up now because I'm excited to see how they perform. They will be putting down roots for the fall, but we have an opportunity that they may just take off too because they like their conditions and get another set of blooms off of these ones. This one's already blooming, not too concerned, but these ones we may get some blooms. that is hot in that sun. You know, it's only about minus. It's only about plus 25, 26 here, but it is humid. We had some rain the other day. I'm grateful for it, but it's humid. The only saving grace with this weather right now is we have a gorgeous breeze, but having my hair down is really hot, and I need a haircut bad looking at this video. But anyhow, that's beside the point. So we got them all in. They're looking good. I'm going to go back and water them after because I need to water the entire bed, and we'll see how they do. I'll give you an update in a few weeks. Probably, I would say around the end of September, depending if we get frost or not. It might be sooner, but I'll show you how they're doing, and you know, if the techniques that I applied here, which really isn't a lot other than cutting them back and planting them in a spot that they like. All those flowers like full sun. The coneflowers and the Russian sage. Sorry, I had a cough. They all like full sun. They do like well-drained soil, and the Russian sage likes to be dry. If it's not dry, it will flop. If it's too wet, it will rot. If it doesn't get enough sun, it will flop. It's very finicky that way. When you think about all the conditions it requires in the garden, that's a lot. Whereas the coneflowers like some moisture for sure. They like full sun. They will do their best and give you the best blooms in full sun. And they will put on their best color in the full sun. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.